But there's going to be part 2 tomorrow, so make sure that you check out part 2 tomorrow. It's going to be published. And basically, I want to talk about creating your own success story in trading. Basically, a couple of days ago, I was doing a live, I think 2 days ago, and someone asked me in the live video, like, something like, well, when did you decide that you went to trade full-time and that you went to, that you had enough income to live from trading? And I think my answer was kind of a little bit, I don't want to say like weird, but kind of a little bit not complete. So I want to complete it today. And basically what I answered that time is that, well, I went live, like I eased into it. So I went like progressively. I didn't go all the way in. And I had some people that I was able to trade for, some investors. And that's what allowed me to go full-time kind of earlier. Okay, because some people go full-time and they've worked like 10 years or 20 years, or let's say like 5 to 20 years in a big company, and they have a good salary. And they have this money that they save, that they have with them when they go full-time to support them. But that wasn't my case. Okay, I did something differently by going full-time, kind of, although I had my podcast and all the other things around, but without really having all this capital myself. And I made the decision because I wanted to kind of challenge myself and like go faster in that path and find more investors and trade for more people. So that's pretty much the reason why I did that. And I see that the stream is not really well, but I'll continue anyway, so that we can do this anyway, and you guys can watch the replay afterward. But what I want to talk today about are kind of the basics of going full-time. And you have to understand that, like, starting today and even starting yesterday, you are creating your own path, your own success story. And no traders that you will see on the podcast or on different places, no traders will have the same story, right? Like, no one comes on my podcast, for example, and say, well, I've done this, and that. And the guy afterwards says, I've done this, and that, the same thing. Like, never happens, okay? Not even once. So you create your own story. And no matter what you do, you have to live with it, okay? So some people go to trade full-time too early, and they kind of fail. But it's part of their story. They don't fail because they keep going. So it's always part of their story. And that's what's important to understand, okay? So it's not only about finding the optimal time, but it's more about creating your story today. And I talk a lot about being independent, like understanding what you need to do to progress, and understand that like the real work happens when you trade full time, when you really take this as your whole business, okay? And by the way, you guys know that I don't trade kind of full time, okay? It's just a fact. I have other things going on, and I don't only trade. That's for sure. Cool. We have some people. Hey, who's that? Let me see the chat box here. Nice. Negi. Cool. I don't know where from, but awesome. So it tells me that the stream's not going too bad, which is good, but I don't know if you guys, this might be delay. So yeah, the real work starts when you trade full time, not like before, because before it's all a game of being consistent, right? Finding the consistency in your trading, so having some kind of positive month and a positive return. But once you go full time, like once you use trading as a more serious income, and we'll say that because like some people will never go full time, they're gonna do different things on the side, and I would never trade full time. NTV game, awesome. So we are answering a question that you asked a couple of days ago, and as I said, my answer was kind of not complete. So I want to like go further on that topic of kind of why, like how I transitioned to trading full time, and like I know a couple of days ago I said I just eased into it, like I just went progressively, but I want to go deeper on that topic. Okay, let's see. From India, upcoming trader, awesome. NTV game will go full time. Wonderful. That could be good. That could be good. But understand that your story is creating like today. And as we said, no traders have the same path. They all have a different way. Like no one says, I've done this, like this is like first, then I wait this amount of time, then I went to this, and then I waited this amount of time, got these stats, went to this. Like all people have different stories. And I think it's totally fine to fail sometimes. Totally fine to go full time and kind of go back a little bit, or because it's not really failing, it's more adjusting to what's happening. And as a trader, since we talk about you being independent, you have to adapt, and you have to be willing to like do what's necessary at all times. Okay, and that's really important. So I'll just go back because I went like back, and now let's go forward. Yeah, basically what I was saying is that when you go full time, that's where the real work starts. That's where like everything gets really really serious, and you have to put in double the work that you were putting in before you went full time. Okay, because being consistent is one thing, but progressing and improving and adapting and getting back fast on track, those are things that you don't develop when you don't trade full time. So perfect example is when you trade demo, for example. Okay, you have a demo account, you trade a small account. From demo to live, and you guys have surely experienced this before. When you go from demo to live, like there's a jump. Like it's like a big jump, right? And when you go from part time, or like, well, let's just say when you go from not like a major income to your major income, like that's another big jump. Okay, that's a very different thing. So the real work starts there. And you guys have, and I'll talk about that tomorrow because it's part to tomorrow. But you guys have noticed I've done some experiments when I went full time, like traveling, testing things, and not everything worked perfectly. Like not everything was perfect and I made a lot of money. Like no, for sure. But I was willing to take the risk, and I was kind of prepared to take the risk as well. Okay. But you have to understand that the real work starts when you go full time. And I don't think there's a point at which you can say you went too late or too early. Some people wait years, and what's important is that you feel confident with your decision, like with your choice to go full time. Okay, if and I hate this because I'm gonna talk and do the exact same thing as the video tomorrow, but but the thing is, if you think and if you like wake up at night, so let's say you go full time, like you leave your job, this is your only income, and you wake up at night and like you stress every single day, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make enough money to pay the rent or to do this or to buy the food? Or it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very difficult, and chances are you will have to go back to a job or have to readjust to what's happening. Okay, so really important. You have to be comfortable with your decision yourself first, and then you adjust over time to what's happening. Okay, to what the circumstance like unfold. And I had a trader I interviewed. Actually, it was not really full time, but I think he had to like pick a job part time while he's trading now, just to like make it easier. And I think that's totally fair. That's totally fine. Right? The goal is not to like go full time and like trade full time forever. Right? You have to be willing to readjust, and that's really important. Let's see the comment. I'll just take a look quickly. One more point I want to talk about, so we'll do that right after. Okay. Let's see the comment, and I'll put this so you guys can see what I'm looking at. There you go. I also go full time. Nice. My pleasure, Craig. Enjoying my videos. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Really, that means a lot. Is this really money in trading then? I see. Is this really money in trading? Then you would go full time. Negi, I don't understand your question. Can you just maybe rephrase or something? I'm not sure I get this right. Is this really money in trading? Then you not go full time? I'm not sure. Cool, Tola, nice. NTV game. My requirement for going full time is to be consistent and make enough on average to grow my account and live on the profit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to go full time, and that's a perfect example, because I don't consider myself to be a full time trader, although I consider this to be kind of a serious income, and I consider that it will grow even over time, right? For sure, because I don't like spend all my profit. But at the same time, like, you don't have to go full time. If you have a big passion, and even better if you can make money with your passion, right? Why not having your passion plus trading? If you have like two passions, let's say trading is your passion number one, something passion number two, why not having the two? Like, it's, for me, it's clear, because I don't trade, and I didn't get into trading to trade all day. Like, that's a fact. Okay, I don't want to be trading like at my desk and like sleeping. sleeping at my desk or whatever, like all day. Like, no, that's not what I want. So understand like what your goals are with that. And for me, going full time in the sense of having a 9 to 5 where I trade, it doesn't make any sense. It would not make me happy. Okay, so you have to understand like what you want first all the time. Okay, but definitely like the consistency is first, and you guys will see this in tomorrow's video where I talk about consistency. And yeah, then if you can grow your account while you trade and you make some money, it's perfect, right? But you do need some money on the side. And as always, like the best thing I think is to have people who back you up, people who are willing to invest money in you. If you go and make like, if you can show them return, or if you can have some consistency in your return, right? Like that's the best, because even if you don't have too much money yourself, you are able to what was I saying? Yeah, so even if you are not having all the money yourself, you have some other possibilities like on the side where you can like reach out and go. And I think that's the powerful thing. That's kind of what I saw when I went full time as well. But depending like your situation, all that stuff, yeah. 054145. What do you do to discipline yourself and to learn and trade every day? I'm not sure about that question. I'm not sure which kind of like which path to take on that question. 05145. I think I'm not sure if the question here is how do you discipline yourself to learn every day? Like take 2 hours and learn how to trade every day? Or is it how do you discipline yourself to keep learning and trade every day? I don't know. If you understand, first of all, like your motivation behind all of this, it's a big step forward. Like you need to know why you want to trade, why you want to learn to trade. If it's not clear enough, if it's like a wishy-washy thing where it's like, nah, I don't know, like it's not gonna work. You're not gonna feel motivated. But when you have the why, like best example, I know why I'm doing those videos because I love to do them, right? That's a fact. But if I'm gonna wake up and I say, I want to make a video every day, but I don't really like it. I'm not sure why I'm doing this. Like, why would I go live and do a video? Like, that's not interesting for me. Or if I wake up every morning and I say, well, why do I want to trade? I'm not sure why I want to trade. Like, why would I trade all day? I don't know. Or why would I keep trading? Well, of course, like you're not gonna want to trade. That's for sure. Okay, you're not gonna be disciplined. But the first step is always understanding the why. And I did a video about this a while ago, but yeah, it's gonna be hard to find. No, but that's the first answer. You find your why, and then you understand that like discipline, you have to schedule everything. Like I schedule everything myself. Like all these things that I do on a daily basis, they're all scheduled, and that way it's very easy to know when I go off track. And it's like a trading plan. Like your trading plan says what you have to do every day, like your routines, the things you look for. But your calendar says what you should do every day to like be productive and to move forward on your goals. Okay? So that's pretty much how I see it. A little bit off topic, but totally fun. NTV games. I will probably write you an update on how things are going for me on Twitter soon. Awesome. That would be good. Yeah. Sure. Totally fun. Cool. So that's what I want to say. Oh, and there was the last step I want to share with you guys. But make sure that you watch the video tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a follow-up. It's going to be part 2 to this, where we go a little bit more into details on like what you have to develop to be able to create your own Forex trading success story, like to go full-time if that's what you want. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. It's already recorded and published. So yeah, the last thing I want to talk about is that whenever you make the jump to full-time, okay, the best decision you can make is to surround yourself with more traders. Like, think about how many traders you see on a daily basis right now, or you talk with. And these live videos, like talking with me, I don't consider this so much of hanging out with traders, although it's a little bit. But think about how many traders you talk to on the phone, like one-on-one or in small group. And think about how many traders you see on a weekly basis. Now, take that number, do like times 2, and that's the number of traders you have to see when you trade full-time, okay, every week. And you have to be in contact with those traders because they're going to be the one keeping you up to date and keeping you on track with like what you have to do. And if things slip a little bit, which they will do, those other traders will be there to support you and to help you like stay consistent and do the right actions. Okay, it's like I don't think we succeed alone. I think most of the time we succeed based on the people we surround ourselves with, and that's a big part of success in trading, I think. So and if you see no traders right now, like do an effort to see at least a few traders every week, or be in contact with a few traders. If you live in a place where there's no traders around, find a way to talk with people, like on the phone, on Skype, on Twitter. Like with all the technology, there's no reason not to talk with traders. And you can talk with me, you can talk with different people. Like I do a lot of conversation and all that stuff. But that's the point, right? If you only try to do everything yourself and you expect you have to be independent. But if you expect that like you're gonna find all the answers, it's just gonna take more time. So you might as well surround yourself with traders. It's gonna be easier to keep going, easier to stay motivated, and easier to get back on track whenever things happen, whenever shit hit the fan, as we say. But you can come to Canada. It's gonna be tough to find me, but yeah, totally fun. And you guys have seen that even when I travel, I try to meet traders. Well, kind of because it's like my job to do videos in public and like meet people, and I like to meet people who follow my stuff. But the other part is also that like it keeps me on track for real. Okay, so when I have like bad, and it doesn't matter which trader I'm talking with. I could talk with like the complete beginner, the like traders who started to trade 2 weeks ago, and it's still gonna keep me motivated to kind of work on my trading and improve and get better and like stay consistent. Okay, so it's really, really important. And yes, you get to a point where it's more like a habit, where you don't have to think too much and you're still consistent. But at the same time, there's always benefit to hanging out with people with the same goals, even if they're newer or more experienced. Doesn't matter. Okay, so that's really important. And that's why we do those events every month in Montreal, where we meet in a group of traders. We're like 30 or so. I've done some videos on that in the past. But we meet every month. We do kind of a small workshop, like just for the fun of it. And because I know some people get value, I get value too. And I think that's the best deal ever. So yeah, that's like a very important part. So we'll just recap quickly. All the traders have different stories, right? No one has the same path. You never see two guests on my podcast saying the same story they had, like they went through this, and that, and they went successful, or they went full time. Then, whenever you start to trade full time, you have to that's where you have to really put the work, where you have to put more serious work, okay, more effort, because that's where it's most needed. And third thing is to surround yourself with traders. Take the number of traders you see every week now, do times 2. And that's how many traders you have to see on a daily basis or on a weekly basis when you get to trade full time. Okay, the more the better. There's no limit, but don't of course, if your schedule is all packed with meeting traders, it's counterproductive. But meet as many as you can, and that makes a big step forward. So let's check the comment. Yeah, you could track me in Canada for sure. Awesome. So thanks guys for watching. I appreciate. New video tomorrow. It's gonna be part 2, and I look forward to see you guys there. I'm planning a new video there's a video every day anyway, and you guys know. See you guys in the next video. Yeah. You need to put effort even if you are not full-time yet. That's totally fine. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.